Yo, what is up YouTube? I am very excited about this video. Welcome back to the channel. My name is bbreadman, and in today's video, we are talking about the new Season 3 Gulag, and more importantly, how to play the new Gulag. If you haven't played the new Season 3 Gulag, first of all, I don't know why you're watching a video about how to play it, unless, and you know what, that's actually good studying. Keep watching. Anyways, the new Gulag, it's probably the worst one that we've ever had in Warzone. I'm not even gonna lie. The design of the Gulag is really bad. Everything is really close quarters. The whole thing is made of metal. The spectator stands up top are made of metal so that if you're walking down low, like you're actually in the Gulag and you're walking, your enemy's walking, you hear them. You also hear the spectators up top plain metal. You can't differentiate the two. It's pretty crazy. But I have figured out a strat for the new Gulag that does work a lot of the time. So let's get into it. All right, so let's hop straight into it. There are obviously two different spots that you can be spawned into when you get into the Gulag. Currently, we're on this side with the close wooden crate. The other side has these metal barrels. It's essentially the exact same thing, but mirrored. So really on this Gulag map, some of them are a little bit different on each side. These are really the exact same thing. So we're gonna talk about the different lanes that we have. We've got the far right lane that has this door here. We've got the middle on the right side, and then we've got the middle on the left side that we have the far left lane. So there's the two lanes on the outside, and then we've got the middle that is separated with this metal thing here, making it a right and a left side in the middle. So this is how we're going to start. So step one of this Gulag trick is to rush and get behind the right side mid heady. So there's a heady here. On this side, it's little metal canisters. On the other side, it could be the same thing. It could also be a wooden crate, but they're the same heady. So we're going to push up, go straight to mid here, look around. In best case scenario, the person pops up right in front of you when you're looking. So obviously this isn't going to happen every time, but what we have done here is push straight to that heady, held it, listened, and then obviously they showed up right in front. So let's go see what happens if obviously they don't show up in front of you. What do you do next? All right, so on to the next clip. We are now on the other side. Remember, we had the little wooden crates in front of us this time. Now we have the metal barrels, but this side is essentially the exact same thing. We've got our right lane, we've got our right mid, left mid, and then left lane on the far left side. We also have the heady that we want to push. We started the Gulag this time with the smoke grenade that somebody threw in the previous Gulag. That's not going to happen every time, but it's all right. So we're going to push our mid. We're going to push our mid heady here. We don't see them right in front of us. Then we look left. And now this is another best case scenario. So these are kind of lining us up to see what we're going to do in most of our cases. So we're going to look straight forward. We see nothing when we look this way. And while we're looking, we see him peek out on the left side here. So we're going to swing our attention over there because he was going to push the same heady that we're on, but we made it a little bit faster. So he's going to push this heady and we catch him off guard, shoot him in the side, and it's that simple. So what happens if they don't push right in front of you and they don't push the left side? So what happens now when the person you're playing against is just sitting still? They're not moving. You know, they haven't peeked in front of you on the heady. You know, any of the best case scenarios that haven't happened, what do you do after that? So we're going to push mid like we always did. And here, let's have a quick talk about FOV. So in this scenario, I play at 120 FOV. I'm on PC. I know a lot of people are not, and that is completely fine. So kind of on the last clip, I kind of saw him moving left when he was running by. This is where audio would come into play. If you're on 80 FOV, you're going to look similar to this. You can see directly in front of you, but you can't quite see all the way to the left. You can't see that heady over there on the other side. This is where audio comes into play. So you're going to sit here on this heady, look straight in front of you, and just listen. The Gulag is made of metal, the entire thing. You will hear them if they're moving, right? And so this is what I've done. I'm sitting here on this heady, and I'm just listening. After a while, I get kind of tired of waiting, and I just throw whatever tactical that I have. In this case, it was a smoke. You know, some tacticals and some lethals you could throw and they'll do damage to your opponent. This one, I just threw a smoke out, and then I pushed the opposite direction of the smoke that I threw and kind of cleared it out. I see him here, shot him out. It was super simple. So what I've done here in this Gulag, we'll watch it back one more time, as I push the heady like you're supposed to. I kind of played it similar to you'd play if you were on 80 FOV, where I'm not watching the left side, I'm just listening over there. As soon as my tacticals and lethals get ready, I throw whatever I have. I see that I have a throwing knife, so that is a help. I push out the side that I didn't throw the smoke on, see him, catch him off guard, and that's kind of what you should do if your opponent isn't rushing the mid like you are. Okay, so step 4. What do you do when everything that you have planned just crumbles away? What do you do when the things that you are ready for doesn't happen, and instead, I mean, there's only so many things that you could do in this Gulag, especially with being a finite number of lanes, etc. The guns that you have don't allow you to do too much. So what happens when somebody pulls a card out that you're not ready for? It's kind of where you have to improvise. So here, I've pushed up mid, I'm doing my regular thing. So I'm checking mid, and I'm listening, just sitting here listening. I hear nothing. I'm sitting here for a while, and then boom, he slides down my left. Now he is coming, soaring like an eagle, stem sliding down the left side, and it kind of throws me for a loop because I'm like, you know, if he's stem sliding like that, he's probably very sweaty. So I kind of pull out the movement on him. You know, this is where improvisation comes in, and these aren't things you have to do. This is going to look different for everybody. Now, this guy did something that we haven't prepared for yet, and this is where your skill will shine through, because now I still won my Gulag, and in this way I was sim sliding around doing all this extra stuff. You would win this Gulag in the same way or a different way, whatever fits for you. The more you play it, the more you'll learn how to actually, you know, do things that not necessarily I haven't taught you, but at the same time things that are characteristic to you. And I mean, that's the biggest part about these Gulag skills, is these aren't going to win you every single Gulag. It's going to rely on your knowledge and your skill combined with these steps. You'll get it in the bag. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really do appreciate that. We have some insane plans coming up for this month. So if you did like the video or you do like the channel, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, a like. It helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate you again. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.